Hi, I'm Gooby from Gooby and Doobie.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. كيف حال الشباب؟ مساكم طيبين إن شاء الله. اليوم راح نتكلم عن شخص سوى ضجة وتكلم عن أسرار أو سر من أسرار النظام الطبي في العالم. طبعا المقطع جاب فوق النص مليون لايك يعني، وانتشر انتشار كبير جدا. وفي هذا المقطع راح نتكلم عن الأشياء اللي قالها أو الأسرار اللي طلعها. صراحة هذا الإنسان جريء مرة وشجاع يعتبر، فبطل صراحة. راح نشوف الأشياء اللي راح نبدأ إن شاء الله.
So I used to be a neurosurgeon. I went to college at MIT and did 4 years of medical school and 6 years of neurosurgery training, and I was a neurosurgeon for almost 10 years after all of that. So that's 20 years of my life. And I quit.
أول شيء لازم تعرف عن هذا الشخص إن جراح اعصاب من جامعة MIT، أحد الجامعات المرموقة في العالم. ما أدري ترتيبها الأول أو الثاني عالميا، بس إنها من ضمن الأوائل جامعات المرموقة في العالم. قاعد يقول هنا إنه قضى أو درس تقريبا 10 سنوات في MIT، مارس المهنة ما يقارب 10 سنوات، يعني تقريبا 20 سنة من حياته قضاها في هذا الشيء، وفي النهاية ترك وظيفته أو استقال. طبعا كثيرين من الناس كانوا متفاجئين ليش استقال ومدري ايش وكذا، فيقول انه ما يقدر يشرح السبب في 10 دقائق، فعشان كذا نزل المقطع هذا اللي مدته تقريبا 50 دقيقة.
It was just starting. There was a ceremony and we all took a Hippocratic oath. And I remember there was one of the older faculty docs, and he said that your job as doctors is to relieve suffering. It's not to do surgery or give a pill. It's to relieve suffering. That might be from doing a surgery or a pill, but it might be just listening, acknowledging what someone's going through. That stuck with me all through medical school and residency and afterwards.
هنا يقول انه يتذكر احد الدكاترة يقول له ان وظيفتكم انكم to relieve suffering، او انكم تعالجون ما هو تعالجون يعني تساعدون في تخفيف المعاناة عن طريق اي شيء، سواء عن طريق الجراحة، عن طريق الاستماع، عن طريق اي شيء.
Yeah, I knew that something was not right away. I had good partners. I had good hospitals that I worked at, but something was not right. I was very unhappy. And on the surface, it didn't make sense. I was getting paid very well. It was a very well-respected job. I had good colleagues. I had good support. But I was the most unhappy that I've ever been. And I couldn't really figure it out for a long time.
وهنا قاعد يقول إن حصل في شيء ما كان غلط في اللي قاعد يسويه يعني، أو في شيء يحس إنه غلط، وما كان هابي، ما كان سعيد بالوظيفة اللي هو يشتغلها، مع إن هذا شيء يتعجب منه ناس كثيرين يعني، نظرا للوظيفة ومرتبتها والراتب اللي كان يستلمه. يعني في النهاية يستقيل، شيء غريب جدا. يقول كان unhappy بالمكان اللي هو فيه، غير سعيد، وما كان يعرف إيش السبب بالضبط، سبب إنه ما كان سعيد، ولكن الآن يعرف، وهذا اللي بنشوفه طبعا ونتعرف عليه، السبب اللي خلاه يطلع من وظيفته. فخلونا نتابع.
What I realized later on is that those aren't fixing the problem. There's so many people with back problems, neck pain, back pain, nerve pain down their arms and legs. Surgery might make them better for a little bit, but it didn't address what caused that disc to wear out, or the disc to bulge, or the joint to get loose, or the disc in between the bones to disappear and then the bones are rubbing on each other. Those surgeries, they don't address that. So what I was doing, was there's a lot of mosquitoes. So what I was doing was I was doing the surgeries that I learned how to do. I was trying to help people, but these surgeries, they weren't fixing the problem. They would help some people feel better. Some people would feel the same. Some people would be worse. A lot of people I saw in clinic, I had to tell them that, surgery is not going to help you. And of course they would be devastated because I was sort of their last hope. That all weighed really heavy because I thought I was going to relieve suffering. And I did relieve some suffering, but I saw so much more suffering that I couldn't relieve, even if I tried to do surgery. I'm going to change the battery.
هنا يقول إن كان يقدر يساعد ناس كثيرين، لكن في كثيرين برضو ما كان يقدر يساعدهم. هذا شيء من الأشياء اللي خلته يطلع من الوظيفة. طبعا هنا يقول إن كان يقدر إنه يساعد بعض المرضى، لكن كثير من المرضى ما كان يقدر يساعدهم. السبب إن العمل أو الجراحات اللي كان يسويها ما تحل المشكلة الأساسية أو السبب الرئيسي أو السبب اللي وراء هذه المشاكل.
That if I do a perfect surgery, people are going to get better. And it wasn't always the case. So over the 9 to 10 years that I was a neurosurgeon, it really bothered me. I felt that wait, there's something missing here. My surgeries they don't seem to be addressing what's causing people's health problems in their spine. I mean, they sort of do, but not in the way that I thought. Not in the way that I thought when I was training. And so over 9 years, I did everything I could try to figure out, how do people actually get better? And how do they get worse? And I had help along the way. I had a really good partner who was a pain management doc at my first job, and he really clued me into a lot of the things I'm going to explain here. But I just started asking patients, like everything I could think of. And what do you normally do? What's your job? What do you eat? What do you drink? Do you smoke? Do you illicit drugs? Do you have a lot of friends? How's your family? Are you stressed out? Do you sleep well? I just would ask all my patients this whole bunch of questions about their life. And what I found was
هنا الدكتور يقول انه كان يسأل المرضى اللي يجونا اسئلة معينة، اسئلة عن حياتهم اللي يمارسونها بشكل يومي، فتوصل الى انه طبعا هذا الشيء اللي خلاه يستقيل، توصل الى انه فعلا الجراحة اللي يسويها للناس ممكن تساعدهم، ولكن بعض الناس يجون أسوأ بعد فترة، وبعض الناس لا تتحسن حالتهم، وبعض الناس ما يسوون الجراحة هذه أصلا من الأساس. اكتشف الدكتور بعد ما كان يسأل الناس هذولا أن الأشخاص اللي يتحسنون لهم نظام معين، الأشخاص اللي تسوء حالتهم أو تنتكس حالتهم لهم نظام معين. خلونا نسمع.
That patients that did certain things would get better, and patients who wouldn't do those things would get worse. Or that my surgery might help them out a little bit, but they would get worse after that. And those things that I saw were the following. It's people that got better, people that healed, they were doing the following, and not exactly, but in general, and this is my observation. They were having a diet. Diet seemed to be the most important. The food that people ate and the liquids they drank. The ones that would heal up, they had a low salt diet. That wasn't really salty, and most of them ate mostly plant-based foods, like vegetables, fruits, whole grains, beans. And this is not like a vegan rant or anything. I'm not vegan. I enjoy a steak or sushi every once in a while. I'm just describing what I saw over 9 years of doing spine surgery. The people that got better were having a mostly plant-based diet. They weren't eating too much animal foods, and they were definitely not eating salty, and they would do things that would make them sweat, like exercise, being outside, hiking like this, going to a sauna, or they live in a warm place. They didn't smoke. They didn't drink much. They usually had a good social support, like loved ones, family members, children, friends, like a way to socialize. They would sleep like 8 hours every day, and they weren't stressed out, or if they had a stressful job or something, they found a way to like be mindful or meditate or like just be present and release the stress back into the universe.
يقول الصفات اللي وجدها بالأشخاص اللي يتحسنون هي كالتالي. أول شيء ما يكثرون في الملح. ثاني شيء أكلهم أغلبه نباتي، يأكلون أشياء خضراء كثير. ثالث شيء ما يدخنون ولا يشربون الكحول كثير. رابع شيء نظام نومهم، ينامون بشكل جيد 7-8 ساعات. خامس شيء إن ما عندهم وظائف تضغطهم أو وظائف stressful، أو إذا كان عندهم وظائف stressful ويعرفون يسوون أشياء، يعني يروحون يتأملون أو يعرفون يعالجون الشيء هذا أو يتعاملون مع الشيء هذا. برضو في شيء إضافي نسيت أذكره، كان عندهم سوشيال سبورت أو دعم اجتماعي من خلال أصدقائهم، العائلة، الأهل، الأبناء. فكان عندهم محاطين بدائرة اجتماعية داعمة.
System isn't set up this way. I'm not knocking any hospital or group that I worked with. I had the privilege to work with really amazing people in amazing hospitals, amazing institutions. But the way that everything is set up in the whole country, it's not any particular hospital. The way things are set up is that the hospital needs to make money. They need to make money, they need to grow economically. They need to grow economically. And the problem there is that if you figure out a way to help patients heal, and that way doesn't include a pill or a surgery, well, then the hospital and the doctor are in big trouble, because if you figure out a way to help people heal and you can't charge them for it.
هنا قال كلام خطير جدا، يقول انه النظام الصحي عالميا ما هو بس في دولة معينة مصنوع انه او كيف اقولها هذه، لازم يطلع فلوس. النظام الصحي في اي دولة اكيد المستشفى يبغى يطلع، المستشفى ربحي، نتكلم عن المستشفيات الربحية لازم تطلع ربح، فلوس. فقال اذا انه في شخص اكتشف ان طريقة تخلي الناس يتعالجون بدون ما يحتاجون مستشفيات، فالمستشفيات والدكاترة في خطر وراح يتفنشون. عشان كذا بس
I'm the only paycheck. I need to keep working. I need to keep going to this job that I don't believe in anymore. And that tore me apart. I gained 40 pounds. I was really sad. I was really angry, frustrated, didn't have hope. I thought I was stuck. I was stuck. And then this was the year before last. I was like, I don't know how I can do this for the rest of my life. Most surgeons, they keep operating till they're 60, and at that time I was 38. I was like, I don't know how I can operate doing surgeries that I don't believe in. Even though I can do them very well, and I can help some people out. I helped out a number of people, but it was a moral dilemma or moral injury. I think there's the term moral injury. It was a moral.
هنا قاعد يقول انه بعد ما استوعب هذا الشيء صارت عنده مشكلة اخلاقية انه يستمر في الدوام والشغل هذا. جاه اكتئاب، زاد وزنه، يقول خلاص ما عاد صار يطيق الشغل اللي هو فيه.
Injury, and it devastated me, and I kept going to work and I kept doing my best to do a good job, but it tore me up inside. And I knew that if I kept going back to that job every day for another 20 years, I would die before 20 years. My body and mind and soul, they would have just broken down, and I don't think I would have made it. I wouldn't have made it to 60.